So let us discuss a few cases. Number one, okay, case number one is when theta is equal to 90 degree. In that case, u will be equal to minus mb cos 90. And it will be equal to 0. So when the dipole is perpendicular to the magnetic field, so if this is the position, so magnetic field is in this direction from north to south, and the dipole is perpendicular to it. So this is south, this is north, and this is the direction of m vector, and the direction and angle is 90 degree. So when the dipole in the magnetic field is perpendicular to the magnetic field, in that case the energy, potential energy of the dipole is 0. Okay. So therefore, whenever we have to find out the potential energy of the dipole in any particular position in the magnetic field, then we do is we take the starting, that the angle theta, the position angle theta equal to 90 degree. We start with zero potential energy position. तो जीरो से कितना उस पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन पे एनर्जी कितना है, तो हम कहते हैं पोटेंशियल एनर्जी निकाल के लिए हम थीटा वन की वैल्यू 90 डिग्री पुट करते हैं, बिकॉज एट दिस पर्टिकुलर एंगल द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इज 0, एंड थीटा टू हम वो एंगल पुट करते हैं जिस एंगल पे, जिस पोजीशन में हमें एनर्जी को निकालना है, उस एनर्जी पोटेंशियल एनर्जी को हमें फाइंड करना है. So we see the difference between two positions. One position is the position of zero potential energy, and the second position is a position of some potential energy. So difference between the two energies will give us the potential energy at any given particular position. So how to, so whenever we have to find out the potential energy, of a dipole at any position given by angle theta, then theta 1 is taken as 90 degree, and theta 2, that is the final position, is taken as the angle theta, where we want to find out the potential energy. So the expression will become u will equal minus mb cos theta minus cos 90 degree. So that is how we find out the potential energy. It becomes equal to minus mb cos theta. So always when in the question, in the numerical, it is asked that you have to find out the potential energy of a dipole in the field which is making angle theta with the field. When the dipole is making an angle theta with the field, or m vector is making angle theta with the magnetic field, then we use this expression by taking theta 1 equal to 90 degree. Okay. Now second, when theta is equal to 0 degrees. Second case is when theta is equal to 0 degree. In that case, u will be equal to minus mb cos 0 will be equal to minus mb. So energy when theta is 0 degree, that means I'll draw it here. So this is the direction of magnetic field, and this is the direction of m vector also. So this is south, this is north, and this is vector m. So both are making angle 0 degree with each other. So when it is aligned, that is the dipole is aligned along the magnetic field, then the energy is equal given by minus mv. Now this minus mv is the minimum energy that a dipole can have in a magnetic field. So this is the minimum, and this is the position of equilibrium. And we say that the dipole is in stable equilibrium. In this position, the dipole is in stable equilibrium. So when m vector and v vector are making angle theta with each other. Third case, when theta is 180 degree. So theta 180 degree means in this case, this is south and this is north, and the direction of m vector is from south to north. So they are making an angle 180 degree with each other. So therefore, in that case, u will be equal to minus mb cos 180 degree will be equal to plus mb. So this is the maximum amount of potential energy that a dipole can have. Okay, so this is the maximum energy, and this is the position of unstable equilibrium. Unstable equilibrium. So what is unstable and stable equilibrium? Stable is that when you disturb the dipole, when the dipole is in stable equilibrium, that is making angle theta with the magnetic field. In that case, if you disturb the dipole a little, it will again come back to the same position. So that is stable equilibrium. अगर हमारा B इस डायरेक्शन में है, डाइपोल का मोमेंटम इस डायरेक्शन में है, और इस तरह से डाइपोल रखा हुआ है, और आपने उसको थोड़ा डिस्टर्ब कर दिया, गिव इट सम एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट, it will tend to always come to equilibrium in this particular state when angle between m vector and b vector is 0 degree. Okay, but unstable equilibrium is the position when the direction of m vector is from towards the left and direction of b is towards the right. So angle is 180 degree. Okay, so in that case, it is again in equilibrium. It will stay in this position. It is staying in this position, but it is unstable. You give it a small displacement, it will go to that stable equilibrium. So it is in equilibrium, it will stay in this state if you don't disturb it. But if you give it small disturbance, it will come back to the stable equilibrium, because it always tends to align along the dipole moment always tends to align along the magnetic field. So that is the tendency. Okay, so that is the difference between stable equilibrium and unstable equilibrium. Gauss's law in magnetism. Okay, according to this law, the net magnetic flux, that is represented by phi b, through any closed surface is always 0. So the net magnetic flux through any closed surface is always 0. So we have studied Gauss's law in electrostatics also, where the net electrostatic flux electric flux through any closed surface is not zero. So that is given by Q upon epsilon naught, if you remember. So phi E that we have already studied is given by Q, that is charge enclosed by the surface, divided by epsilon naught, which is the electrical permittivity of free space. But now in this, phi B in comparison is zero through a closed surface. Suppose we have some closed surface, take any surface. So this is a closed surface. This is placed in a magnetic field. B. Okay. Now B vector. So let us take a small element of this closed surface, call it delta S. So S is a closed surface and delta S is a small element of this closed surface. And it will be represented by delta S, this area vector, where n cap gives the direction of this area vector. You know, it is outward normal, always gives the direction of this area vector. Okay. Now, suppose this field is also uniform, in which this surface is, the closed surface has been placed. Okay. Now magnetic flux through this area element, this small area element, we want to find out the magnetic flux through this area element is given by phi B is equal to B vector dot delta S vector. Okay. So it is B vector dot delta S vector, because we already know that flux is the dot product of the area vector and the field vector, magnetic field vector. Okay. So if we make many such delta S areas, consider a number of areas, small areas in this closed surface, then the total flux. So this is small amount of flux. So total flux will be given by summation of all the flux associated with all these small area vectors. Okay. And by definition, it is given by the Gauss, that is equal to 0. So by definition, this flux, which is summation of the small amount of flux associated with all the area vectors, is equal to 0. So we have taken a summation of it. Okay, now if these delta S are very small, so these areas are very small, then we can replace this summation sign with integral sign. So phi B is equal to integral, because it is a closed surface and surface is S. So we write down closed surface over the integral over the closed surface S B dot ds, and this is equal to 0. So that is your Gauss's law. That is flux, magnetic flux over the closed surface is equal to 0. So once again, we have considered a closed surface which is lying in uniform magnetic field B. We consider small element of this surface, and this is gives the direction that area vector delta S. Then the small amount of flux associated with this closed surface is B dot delta S, B vector dot delta S vector. Total flux will be equal to summation of all these small element flux associated with small elements. So summation flux associated with delta S. So B dot delta S summation all the elements, and by definition is equal to 0. Now if delta S, this areas is very small, so the magnitude is suppose very small. So there will be a huge number of these small elements, because this is very small element. Then total flux associated will be given by integral of flux associated with these very small area elements over the closed surface. So integral over the closed surface B dot ds is equal to 0. So that is Gauss's law. So this is different from the Gauss's law in electrostatics. But because the flux in this case is non-zero, but flux in this case is 0. So what does it mean when you say the flux, magnetic flux is 0? That means the number of the flux, the number of lines entering the closed surface and number of lines leaving the closed surface is same. So when we say that flux is 0, that means number of lines, magnetic field lines entering is equal to number of magnetic field lines leaving the closed surface. So there is no magnetic field linked to that closed surface. का ये मतलब है जितनी लाइंस उस सरफेस में एंटर कर रही हैं उतनी मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस उस सरफेस को से निकल रही हैं. तो इसका मतलब नो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस, नो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज बीइंग लिंक्ड टू दैट क्लोज सरफेस. So therefore flux is equal to 0. Okay. If you compare this, suppose there is some charge enclosed by a surface, then there is some net flux associated with this closed surface, because the value of charge, it is equal to Q upon epsilon naught. But if I place a similar opposite charge, rather is the opposite charge but same magnitude, that means if I use a dipole which is enclosed by this surface, then the net charge enclosed by the surface is 0. In that case flux is equal to 0. So that is the case in electrostatics. अगर हम सिंगल चार्ज उसमें रखते हैं, there is a finite value of flux associated with this surface. लेकिन अगर हम एक डाइपोल प्लेस कर देते हैं, डाइपोल होने का मतलब क्या है, जितना उसका पॉजिटिव चार्ज है उस पे उतना ही नेगेटिव चार्ज है, तो नेट चार्ज enclosed by the surface will become equal to 0. And because net charge becomes 0, Q becomes 0, so flux also becomes 0. So we can use this understanding when the flux becomes 0 in this case. Now in this case the flux is 0. That means there is a magnetic, there is a dipole placed in a surface. That means there is a dipole, one is of one polarity, one pole is of one polarity, other one is other polarity of equal strength. Because the number of lines if are leaving due to north pole, and number of the lines due to magnetic field lines due to south pole, they are opposite in direction, and because the strength is equal, the number of lines, these magnetic field lines, will also be equal. So the number of lines leaving the surface and number of lines entering the surface becomes equal. So that means in case of magnetism, magnetic flux, the closed surface possesses a magnetic, encloses a magnetic dipole. That means a single dipole, a single pole cannot exist individually. Either north pole or either south pole individually exist नहीं करते. अगर ये exist कर रहे होते, there would have been a net magnetic flux linked with this surface. Okay. इसका मतलब ये है, इस जीरो का मतलब ये है कि monopoles do not exist like in case of charge. चार्ज में सिंगल चार्ज पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव एग्जिस्ट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन मैग्नेटिज्म में monopoles cannot exist. So there is always a pair of poles. If there is a north pole, there must be a south pole with it. even at molecular and atomic level. So therefore, from this, we can conclude that by comparing these situations, two situations, we can conclude that the magnetic monopoles do not exist. Single pole individually cannot exist, and uh, that is what we can infer from Gauss's law in magnetism.